Here we have some basic division problems. Consider 246.3 divided by 2. So you put the 246 here and the amount it's divided by right here. When you start the problem, you say how many 2's go into 2? Well, 1 would. So 2 times 1 is 2. You put the 2 here and put a minus sign in front of it. And then when you subtract it, 2 minus 2 is 0. The next thing to do is bring down the 4. And then there's the question, how many 2's go into the 4? Well, you would say 2 times 2. You put the 4 here, the minus sign in front of it, and that equals 0. Then we bring down the 6. We can see that 2 goes into 6 3 times. 2 times 3 is 6. We put the 6 here, minus 6, and 6 minus 6 is 0. We bring down the 3. How many 2's go into 3? Well, we know that it'll go into at least once, so 2 times 1 is 2. We bring this down here, and 3 minus 2 equals 1. Well, let's add a 0 because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change this value by adding a 0 to the right of the decimal point. It just makes the problem work. So we add a 0 right here. After adding the 0, we bring it down. So now that we had 1 here, it becomes 10. So then we can say how many 2's go into 10. 2 times 5 is 10. We put the minus 10 here, and the answer is 0. So the final value is 123.15, which is actually just half of 246.30 because you divided this number by 2. Consider dividing by a decimal value. So here we have 24 divided by 0.2. It will be set up here, 24 divided by 0.2. The first thing you have to do is get rid of this decimal point here. It's not good to have the decimal point there. So let's move it over here, but in order to make the problem accurate, we have to move the decimal point over here also. So it moves over here, and it moves over here, and we create a space with the 0. So our problem now becomes 240 divided by 2. And it's easy to solve. 2 times 1 is 2. We put this here in a minus sign, so we have a minus there. It's a 0. We bring down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. We put the 2 here, and then we put a minus on that, 0, and we bring down the 0 here. 2 goes into 0 0 times. So the answer is 120. The answer to 24 divided by 0.2 is 120. Of course, if it was 24 divided by 2, it would be 12. But since it's divided by 0.2, the value is 120.